morning in India and in many countries. It is good evening and welcome to second episode of Bhav Ganga, We the Beings on Earth. How we can live happily on this earth. First episode was widely appreciated. I will read out few of the comments. S.G. Abbas, who has been professor of chemistry, has written he has written from Canada. Many congratulations for the beginning of Bhav Ganga English version. Hope and wish that this Bhav Ganga will cover the entire earth to enlighten the people with its philosophy of love, peace, brotherhood, sensitivity, and scientific temper for all the beings of the world in totality, irrespective of their caste, creed, color, community, or country, and also not forgetting the interest of the environment as a whole. You have rightly started this series with Mother Earth and the way to keep her happy with the propagation of your principle win win win. Once again, congratulations for such a beautiful ideology. Thank you, Abbas Sahab. Uh, I only hope and wish that I become successful on the test which you have enumerated. Tests you have enumerated. D.K. Ojha, who is from Gujarat and who has been IAS in Chennai, Tamil Nadu cadre, and presently he is 90 years old. He regularly watches Bhav Ganga, whether it is in Hindi or English. He has written, I greatly appreciate and enjoy your efforts to create brotherhood, compassion, decency in the whole of mankind. Ojha, Tamil Nadu. Thanks, Ojha Sahab. And R.D. Tiwari ji, who has been in Indian Forest Service in Jammu and Kashmir cadre of 1977 batch. A very dynamic, sensitive, and excellent person. He has written, win, 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 adding the third dimension covering all beings and Mother Earth in its totality, great indeed. And the new and novel narrative, Sarva Pujya Vasundhara, is overwhelming. Bow our heads before Mother Earth and you. Bow our heads before Mother Earth and you. Tiwari Sahab, we all bow our heads to Mother Earth. Before me it is not. I am just one of you. Great beginning of English version of Bhav Ganga. Happy Sharat Purnima to all members. So this has been few of the commentaries, or one more I can read. Vijay Dikshit ji from Agra. He has said, Congrats for Bhav Ganga International Edition. Congrats for Bhav Ganga International Edition. So these have been few reactions, all overwhelming. And now we will discuss win-win-win principle geocracy. Geocracy probably we may discuss in the next edition. Balance. And the future of democracies, all the democracies of the world, is better. For that, I will narrate a principle of mine, that is hand, democracy and hand pump. And one more, it is not a principle, it is the reality. From dard to aham brahmashmi, from pain to aham brahmashmi. That I will narrate. And from that, we will discuss how we can become stress free. All the stresses which we faces, that become balanced, that can be made balanced through this realization, this thinking, this exercise, that is, or this realization, pain to aham brahmashmi. So first of all, let us begin with win-win-win, which we started yesterday but we could not finish. So while dealing with interpersonal relationships in the area of management, behavior, or interaction, the principle of win-win is quite popular. The principle of win-win is quite popular. When two units, be it human beings, be it countries, be it corporates, be it two groups, when two units are interacting, there can be four possibilities as per permutation combination of mathematics. Win, lose, 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 win, and win, win. Generally, people want their interest to be watched and satisfied, and their profits or their gains maximized even at the cost of others' loss. This is win-lose situation. Most of the human instincts are governed by this motivation. Unless it is trained or internalized or some rethinking is made, generally it as per instincts, if we go, this win-lose principle is followed. Most of the human instincts are governed by this motivation. When both are interacting, both parties try for win-lose. The problem arises when both two are interacting and both are trying for win-lose. An impasse is reached. It often happens that a conflict struggle erupts and both sides suffer heavily. Ultimately, both parties reach lose-lose situation. Some persons by nature strive for lose-lose. This may be because of their wrong upbringing and training. For them, the saying applies that they will neither play nor let others play. In some situations, people always want to lose for the other's happiness. You can wonder whether lose-win is also possible. Yes, sometimes in some situations, lose-win is also possible, especially in the case of parents and genuine real teachers. They want their students or children grow at their cost, at their sacrifice. So This occurs mostly in parental or teacher student situations and in case of persons of extreme sacrificing nature. Stories of Dadhichi and Karna are examples, and so many examples we can find everywhere. But in most of the normal adult human interactions, such lose win attitude is rarely seen. So we have seen win lose, we have seen lose lose. Some people by wrong upbringing or wrong habits strive for wants others to be at loss. For that, they are also ready to be at loss themselves. That is lose lose situation. And when you start with win lose or lose lose, the result is same. If both the interacting parties they strive for win lose, ultimately what will happen? A conflict will arise, and after the conflict, whether it is a legal battle or physical battle, both will lose. So ultimately, win lose will also end up in lose lose. Most of the time, it may also end up in lose lose. So then, this is the last alternative, win win, when both the parties try or strive for benefit of both. They interact in such a way that both get satisfied. Then there is a last alternative, win win, in which both sides try to reach an optimum situation in which both sides are benefited and feel satisfied and happy. This is naturally the search for the optimum value and not the maximum value. For this, one should have concern and sentiments for others. After giving much thought to this principle of win win, I have come to the conclusion. I am reading, this is the win 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 is the principle developed by me. This is the novel Win 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 the Orphan Way, written by me. And most of the things initially I will be discussing on this also, and so many things, so many other things, and my experiences after writing the book, and the sentiments, comments which you will share, that also I will share with others in this Bhav Ganga program. So after giving much thought to this principle of win-win, I have come to the conclusion that principle is not sufficient and it is limited in its approach, utility, and consequences. The principle is often used as a tool of exploitation in the name of management. Two persons, for their win-win, may exploit other persons. Two companies may exploit other consumers. Two companies may exploit other consumers, or they can form the cartel and other smaller companies. Two nations may exploit other nations, and so on. We human beings, for our win-win, are exploiting the ecology, other flora and fauna. The rivers have become sick and animals and birds are getting extinct. The rivers have become sick and animals and birds are getting extinct, especially in India. In other foreign countries, some countries, they are maintaining their rivers very well, though congratulations to them. Therefore, win-win may be applicable to routine business transactions or in settings to negotiate the prices, services, values, or other things. But the principle has no inherent capacity to bring forth all-round peace, fulfillment, and harmony in life as well on this earth. For this, the principle has to be enlarged in proper perspective. And win-win principle it can be very dangerous, and all the wrongdoings, all the bribes, all the injustices become rationalized in the jargon of management through this win-win principle. Two persons, they loot a third person, any person or any organization, and distribute among them happily, then win-win is there. Their win-win is there. But what is happening to that person or that organization? And all the bribes and corruption becomes justified if we follow win-win principle. The person who is giving, the person who is taking the bribe, they both are benefited. But what is happening to the nation, organization, and others? Ecology. So, this win-win principle has a very limited role, and there is one basic guideline where it can be accepted, and that guideline is that if the interest of others are not being affected, other things being constant, other things interest are undisturbed, only then it is a good principle. In physics, in chemistry, in science, other branches of science, in economics, we make formulae between some parameters considering other things, all other parameters remaining constant or undisturbed. So same is the case here. If the two interacting parties are interacting and other things being constant, then it is a good principle. Otherwise, it is dangerous. So then I enlarged this win-win principle and added third win in this and made it win-win-win. This principle of, so the golden rule of management should be and will be win-win-win. Here the first two wins pertain to both the interacting parties, but the third win is very important. It pertains to the rest of the universe, excluding the two interacting parties. The rest of the universe, or at least, if we have to be more visibly interested space, that is Mother Earth. So this third win represents, in most of our transactions, it would be the Mother Earth. The third win will be Mother Earth, excluding the two interacting parties. So this third win represents the rest of the two, whatever exists, be it Mother Earth or universe, in whatever dimension you are considering. The principle expects that in process of interaction, they should behave or interact or steer in such a fashion that the rest of universe or Mother Earth also feels benefited, elated, and enriched. I have discovered this principle of win-win-win after a lot of thinking, meditation, sadhana. It will increase the happiness on this earth. This principle of win-win-win is many ways linked to various other approaches of thinkers and philosophers. Buddha's middle path and Socrates' golden mean are practical methods to achieve this situation of win-win-win. While trying to achieve win-win-win, both the interacting parties try to achieve maximum benefit of both, but once they also realize the win for the rest of the universe or Mother Earth, they cannot strive for their maximum. In win-win principle, they strive for maximum. But here, when they will also, for the rest of the universe, they will try for win for the rest of the universe, they cannot strive for maximum, but they will feel happy with the search of optimum or mean, because only then they will be able to take care of the rest of the world. In win-lose situation, they want maximum gain for them, for him. In win-win, they optimize, first optimization, and they make both happy through optimization. They both become happy. They reduce their gains. They are ready to reduce their gains for the happiness of both. But in win-win-win, another optimization or two-tier optimization or two-level optimization takes place. First, between the two, and third, when we consider third win, we consider for the rest of the two, that is maybe our thinking base may be Mother Earth or universe, whatever the situation may be. To strive for win-win-win solution, both the interacting parties should have empathy. In fact, win-win principle presumes that the interaction is taking place in a closed door, isolated and insulated situation where the principle of win-win-win presumes that either the interaction is taking place in open atmosphere or at least a window is open. Win-win is a interaction in a closed situation, and win-win-win is in open situation. In fact, win is an inherent in window. When you say a window is open, it means another win you have to take care. Win is there. Through window we get freshness, and also we are connected with the rest of the universe. In this principle of win-win, a third win is the representation of window from where you get connected. Air is inside a closed room, may be polluted, you may not like that, you can say it is not fresh. But if a window is open and your air gets connected with the rest of the air on earth, your air, that closed air in the room, gets also fresh. So freshness is nothing but getting connected with the rest of the things. That connectivity makes you freshness. Connectivity with the openness makes you fresh. So this win-win principle also, when it third win is added, you get the solutions through win-win-win principle, which are very fresh and very healthy, and ultimately it makes you healthy and happy. In most of the scientific and mathematical formulations, same thing which I have discussed earlier, most of the scientific and mathematical formulations and operations, it is presumed in the beginning that all other things remain the same and we are going to consider a limited set of variables. But in reality, these assumptions do not work. Therefore, all the formulations have their limitations in real life. In modern management also, we had adopted the same technique. We have developed theories and limited considerations where we consider the benefit to a limited set of interacting persons, be it in the producer-consumer or employer-employee, or the financier, borrower, etc. But we transact without giving an thought, iota of thought on the impact of the transactions or operations on the rest of the world or universe. When we consider the third win, only then our management principles will be able to sustain the real life situations. These principles are also linked with the various layers of intelligence. If a person bothers about the win for himself only, he may be at the most high in intelligence quotient, IQ rating, but those striving for win-win are high in emotional quotient. For operating on win-win, we need emotions. What are emotions? How we connect with other people, how we feel with other people or things around us. So for striving for win-win, are high, those are should be high or high are high in emotional quotient as well as intelligence quotient. Those striving for win-win-win are adding another dimension to their intelligence. They must be developing. I call it holistic quotient, HQ, thinking the whole existence, the totality. So I call it holistic thinking. You should have concern for holistic thinking, universal thinking, or at least for the Mother Earth, which is the home for all of us. So I call it holistic thinking. So those striving for win-win are adding another dimension to their thinking. They must have IQ, EQ, and holistic thinking, HQ. Some people may call it spiritual thinking, SQ, but SQ never means a religious thinking. SQ is also holistic thinking. Spirituality is nothing but holistic thinking. When you consider the entire universe as a one unit, then your thinking is automatically spiritual also and holistic also. In Vedic scriptures, we often find the mantra Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Almighty God, bless us with peace, peace, peace. The first Shanti must definitely be associated with the person enchanting the mantra, the second for all around the audible vicinity, and third for the rest of the universe. One of the my haiku poem is happiness is not an island but an ocean. Happiness is not an island but it is an ocean. Few persons cannot create an island of happiness among themselves. Happiness has to be like a wave, like an ocean. And this real happiness will prevail spread when we strive for the win-win-win situation. Nature always tries to work for win-win-win principle. In nature, win-win-win principle is always there everywhere. Therefore, if we want to live in harmony with nature, we have to adopt win-win-win principle of management, life, and behavior. Recently, recession in US and world economy took place because they are based on win-win and not on win-win-win principle. If one follows win-win-win principle, he takes care of all other elements that exist beyond the interacting entities. When the problem comes to these entities, all other elements in the universe are ready and eager to help them. I will narrate a story. A farmer was doing wonderful farming and he was getting year after year award for the farming and maximum yield per hectare. When journalists and other people asked him the secret of his success, he replied, "Of course, I use best seeds, proper fertilizers. I take care that the crops are saved from rodents, insects, and weeds, and also provide proper irrigation and use modern agricultural techniques. But the most important reason for my success year after year is that I also ensure that all the farms in the neighborhood of my farm also gets best seed, irrigation and fertilizers and techniques and also are saved from the rodents, insects, and weeds. If we draw a circle with the center of my farm, then I ensure that all the farms in the whole circle, having a radius of 3 or 4 times the length of my farm, get the best of inputs. Then an atmosphere of excellence is created all around my farm. In fact, No farm is totally cut off or isolated from the other neighboring farms, and they are all interconnected. Cross pollution, sorry, cross pollination takes place. If there are bad varieties of crops nearby, then they will affect my crop also. Similarly, if the neighborhood crops are affected by rodents, insects, and weeds, my crop will also get affected. If others are not getting proper irrigation, then that side of my crop will also be start drying up. So, similarly, if the neighborhood crops are affected by rodents, insects, and weeds, and lack of irrigation, my crops will also get affected. If we have to be best, then we have to create an atmosphere of excellence around us. So, he and his crops, the interaction between the two, win win for both. Many people try win win for both his crop and him, maximize both. But this, and therefore sometimes there can be losses because atmospheric effects. This person, he is adding third wind to his efforts, and therefore he is always the best and he is successful. This win-win principle, we can win for some time ultimately, but we will win every time when we will operate for win-win-win. There are two examples of this win-win principle through anecdotes or to situations for this win-win-win principle. We have been sent to US for 3 weeks seminar come training program. In Pennsylvania University, the name of the university I'm missing, very famous. So their case studies were discussed, even some success stories and some other things. So most of the people think in terms of win-win. I used to think on win-win-win principle. So the speakers or professors, they often said that your solutions are better than others. So I said my solutions are based on my win-win-win principle. I gifted them this book, win-win-win, also to them. This is one example. In another example, in when I was posted in Chennai, in Great Lakes University, the director called me for lecture on win-win-win to students. All students were in a big hall. All the years students were asked to attend, and they came. The director was having meeting with some US a specialist or some client or something. So he said, ki after introducing you, I will go back with discussion with him. As I started narrating my things, he didn't he cannot think of going. So he just called his guest also, and they both sat for 2.5 hours and listened the lecture. After that, question answers. So one question I always remember, a girl asked, she stood up and asked, "Ki sir, if some action is according to the my religious rituals, but it doesn't stood the test of win-win-win. If it is not as per win-win-win principle, what should I do? Whether I should follow my religious ritual or whether I should follow the win-win-win principle. I said in most of the situations, if you will deeply think, there will not be any difference between the true religious traditions and the Vishwas can be there. So only those rituals which are not the they must not have been those rituals must not have been initiated by the source from which the religion is coming. So if any action is against the win-win principle, we should not follow it, you should not follow it. I was expecting that there will be some question marks on my answer, but I was surprised. All the children stood up and clapped my answer. That in that situation, you have to follow win, 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 because that is the ultimate. Because you are taking care of spiritual quotient, which is the common factor of all the religions. All the traditional religions have some elements which are not in universal conformity with the spirituality or universal connectedness. So, win 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 is the real situation, is always correct in real situations. Since I spoke so many colleges and in so many colleges and so many places regarding win-win-win situation principle, many questions have been asked. One student asked, "Sir, if I am appearing for some competitive examination or some examination, so should I, myself and my friend, both are appearing. So should I, for win-win-win, should I help others and should not study myself? I should help my friends and others also, and I should not concentrate on me." I said there are two things. First, I have not said that you operate for lose win-win. You do not care for yourself. I have not said you become sannyasi or you leave the home and everything and you don't care for yourself. I have not said it. I have said your first win is yours. Then the other person with whom you are interacting, both you have to take care of both, and also you take care of the rest of the two, be it Mother Earth or universe. So win 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 is not lose win win. So you have not to go or think in that direction. The other thing is, if you will help your friends and others, that is, you are working for win-win. And by helping your friends in examinations, not cheating, but in studying, then you are doing for win-win, and also you are getting more benefited. Because once we study and teach others, then our study also gets deeper and deeper. So sometimes people may think that win-win-win is often, it is not possible for all, and one has to lose his interest. No, you have to watch your interest and others' interest and the Mother Earth's interest. So that is the win-win-win situation. And for this win-win-win situation to understand and internalize, for holistic thinking, holistic vision should also be there. So how that holistic vision can be developed, I will so how that holistic vision can be developed. uh, I have written an article or expressed my realization or a poem from dard to aham brahmashmi, from pain to aham brahmashmi. Aham brahmashmi is a Vedic mantra. We are, or I am God. Not God. I am Brahma. I am Brahmand. So, how it can be realized, how it can be, it should not be ego or ahankar or I'm more important than others. It is not like that. It is not abhiman, it is swabhiman. It is to understand the universe, to understand the reality, to understand the existence. This realization, this reality is very, very important. So, if I ask you which is the biggest gift of God to us, because of which our body is intact, it is similar as it was at the time of birth. The size has changed, but the basic features are same. Different persons may have different answers, and all may be justified. But the most appropriate answer for the biggest gift of God to us is don't be surprised if I say it is pain. God has not given pain to our hair. So we cut our hair in different ways in the name of fashion or to look differently or to satisfy our egos or to look beautiful or according to fashion. Now imagine if the God would not have given pain to our bodies, what would have happened to them? We would have been seeing different types of, as we cut our hair in different ways, we would have seeing different types, shapes and forms of bodies roaming around everywhere, different type of nose, different type of ears, different type of legs, hands, shoulders, and so on. Because then, because of pain, we are trying to save our body. We don't, wherever there is a pain, we try to take it away from that situation, or we go to doctor and get it cured. But if there would not have any pain in the body, we would have cut different parts of our body according to our choice, according to our fashion, and we would have made different type of bodies. Different, we would have given different shapes to our bodies, like different hairstyles and salons. We have been seeing different type of body styles and body modification salons. So what we are keeping the body as God has given to us, because we feel pain. We feel pain, therefore we try to protect and preserve body. So apart from preserving and protecting the body, pain defines our body and is also giving boundary to body. The pain is defining our body. Suppose I take this pen and or any pin and prick it here, I will feel pain. But if I prick here, I will not feel pain. I am not feeling pain. So a very basic and most essential definition of our life automatically gets emerged. Where there is body, there is pain. Wherever there is body, there is pain. And the converse is also true. Wherever there is pain, there is body. Wherever there is body, where is my body, there is pain, and wherever there is pain, there is my body. This is a universal, most important definition of our life. Now, if we travel beyond this, our physical body, then what happens? Then the definition also gets enlarged, and it takes the shape that whosoever pain we feel, or wherever we feel our pain, wherever we feel pain, there is our, if not this body, extended body. Whomsoever pain we feel, he becomes or it becomes our extended body. If I am feeling the pain of my family, the family becomes my extended body. If I feel the pain of the society, the society becomes my extended body. If I feel the pain of the flora, fauna, rivers, air, they all become my extended body. If I feel the pain of the country becomes my extended body. But if the feeling pain of the country does not mean you feel pain of one segment and not the other segment. If you feel the pain of few portions of the country and not the entire country, or few segments or few groups of the country and not the entire country, then it doesn't become your extended body, the entire country. Similarly, if we feel the pain of the Mother Earth becomes our extended body. Or we can say that Mother Earth is a living, vibrant body, and I am its body part. If this dhyan, this thinking goes on, a moment can come when you feel that the entire universe, entire Brahmand, the entire existence is my extended body because you feel empathy or sensitivity with them, or you can say that the entire existence is a big, living, vibrant body, and I am its body part. This realization that entire existence, entire Brahmand, is a living, vibrant body, and I am its body part, or the entire existence is my extended body, then you reach to that ultimate reality that aham brahmashmi. I am the Brahmand. I am the universe. I am the existence. I am the time and space. Everything. And that relationship exists for all. And only then you can say, you can feel, you can realize that whatever I am seeing, that is the existence, that is the God. You know, God in all particles, everywhere, wherever we see God only. God is everywhere. That sentence flows from that realization, that thinking only, that God is everywhere. It is the question you are seeing. You are also God. If God is everywhere, here is also you are also included in everywhere. So if that realization comes, कि aham brahmashmi, I am the existence. The existence is my extended body. For example, this hand. This is part of this body. So it will also be called with your name only. This hand, if you call its name, it is Girish only. For a specific understanding, we call it hand. But it is Girish only. Similarly, we all are God. That universal, we call it God or Bhagwan or Allah, whatever name, that is the name for the totality. And your name, my name, that is just for identification's sake, nothing else. We are all are connected holistically. Really in reality, we are given different names because of identification only. We are all connected. The entire universe is living, vibrant, cosmic, universal body, and we are all its living, vibrant body parts. Once we start realizing this, then many things happen automatically. We can never do, we will never be stressed first, and we will never do injustice to any person or any being on this earth. Win-win-win principle will automatically start emerging in all your actions. First of all, let us see how you will always be stress free, or even if stresses come, it will evaporate very soon. How we define stress? Let us take help of physics, elasticity. Those who have studied physics, stress is equal to pressure upon area. Stress is defined as pressure upon area. So we feel stressed when some pressure is there by situations, by some persons or whatever. So there are two possible ways of normalizing stress. One is we reduce the stress pressure, or the other is to enlarge the area. reduction of pressure is, you can try from wherever the stress is coming. You can, if it is coming from your boss or some person, you can go and request, please, I am feeling stress, please reduce it. But if reduction of pressure is not your hands, then the only way is to enlarge your area. And what is your area? Your extended body is your area. If I am connected with my family, if I am feeling the pain of my family, the family is my connected area, extended body. So your entire extended body, from to whatever, to whomsoever pain you are feeling, he becomes your extended body. So that your extended body is your area. So as your area will grow, your stress will come down. Very mathematical, very simple. When in IIT Kanpur, so many suicides were taking place, they called me for my lectures. And I only explained to the students, so since they are all science backgrounds and they are all scientific persons of scientific temper, it becomes very easy to communicate on these lines. So I explained this principle. I told them, you are committing, no, sorry, most of you are in stress, and some are going to the extreme step of committing suicide because your area has become very very narrow. You have not got sufficient, get good marks in one paper or one subject, or you have failed in 1 year. That 1 year has become so important. Your area has become that 1 year, or that mark in one paper, or if you are in relation or love with one boy or girl, so that one boy or girl has become your area. And if there is failure in that relationship, you consider that you have lost everything. So that one person has become your area. But if you enlarge, you feel connected with the others also. If you feel the sensitivity of others also, if you, the entire family, you can consider the entire earth. If you feel connected with the entire earth, nature, family, environment, as you get your area enlarged, that one person or one paper or 1 year becomes insignificant, very small, and you become stress free. So, for stress reduction, this is the automatic natural solution. So, one fallout of this realization or this meditation or this thinking, whatever name you can give, is you will never be stressed for a long time. Even if stresses come, it will evaporate soon as you think in that direction. And the other important outcome will be this thinking: you will never be unjust to anyone. We will always be positive, and you will do right things. You will never do any crime. You will never do any wrong thing. You will never exploit others. You will never do injustice to anybody. This hand, if it is feeling connected with this body, it will never do injustice to any other body part. Rather, it automatically do whatever is needed for the body, instinctively. Ethics and values will not be required to be taught to this hand if it is getting connected. It will automatically do this. So, if we are sensitively connected to the entire universe, we are operating on this principle of aham brahmashmi. We will not, we will always be ethical, we will always be just. Ethics and values will flow from us. It will never not be required to be taught. We do injustice when we divide the earth or society or anything in two parts. One where we are sensitively connected and other where we are sensitively not connected. One part is our body, extended body, other is not our extended body. So in our extended body, in that area which is not our extended body or where we are not sensitively connected, we do injustice, we do wrong things, we loot or exploit. And the other part where we are which is our extended body, where we are sensitively connected, we do not do any unjust thing, and rather what we have, if we have looted from this side, we will try to use that side. So this is only when we are dividing the earth on two parts, where one where we are feeling connected and other where we are not feeling connected sensitively. This division has to go. Win-win-win. If we will operate with win-win-win principle, or if we realize that aham brahmashmi, then the division will go and we will work for the entire Mother Earth. And this is the reality. Happiness is an ocean, it is not an island. If we want to be happy, the entire Mother Earth has to be happy. There can, in this Mother Earth, it cannot happen that one nation is happy and all other nations are unhappy. One body part is happy and all other body parts are unhappy. Mother Earth is one body. So the entire, and we all beings are the children of Mother Earth. We have to think and realize this every time, everywhere. There is no other solution. There is no other way of happiness for living on this earth. And now I am going to conclude. If this hand is not feeling the pain of other body parts, if this hand is not feeling sensitively connected with the other body parts, then what is the reason? What can be the reason? It is paralyzed. Similarly, if I am not feeling connected with the entire universe, because entire universe is a living, vibrant body and I am its body part. If I am not feeling connected with the entire universe, then I am paralyzed. And this paralysis is not physical, this is mental. I am mentally paralyzed. So, we have to remove this mental paralysis. We have to be a living, vibrant body part. If this happens on this universe, that is the ultimate aim and goal of this bhav ganga. We, the beings on earth, live happily, peacefully, and realize our fullest potential. So, this is all for today. We will meet next time. Thanks for watching. I am very extremely delighted that my programs in Hindi, the viewership it goes on 6 days, and this is only on Sundays. But the viewership of this program in English is getting more popularity than in Hindi. So you are all are matlab, credit goes to all of you. So thank you. All over the world, people are seeing and enjoying and propagating the seeds of bhav ganga. So I am very, very happy. So I hope that this day will be wonderful for you. Good night to some, and good morning to some. Thank you.